All right, hello, what's going on, everyone? Sorry for the wait. We got another Gachiakuta stream. We're gonna pick up where we left off last time. Just had to get the camera together and everything. Sorry for the slow start, but we're here. We're ready. Time to read some manga. How's everybody doing today? What are we reading? What are we watching for anime? While I pull up the manga. First time seeing your face? Well, here I am. In the flesh. Also, pleasure to have you, Donut Lord, and everybody else in the chat. What's going on, everybody? Here we go. Let's see. Is this where I was? Yeah. So we left off on the Amo backstory. So for context, I have read Gachiakuta, but I always read it and then never stay weekly. So I always have to like go back and reread the whole manga, and so this is like the second or third time I'm doing it. So I know mostly what happens, like 95% of what happens. We were reading it either last week or the week before. We were on Amo's backstory. Amo is obviously one of the more tragic characters, one of the more emotional characters for sure. She definitely gets the short end of the stick among characters in the story. But in the chapters I haven't read yet, from what I can tell, it looks like things are turning around for her. Yeah, so we are on, if you want to follow along, we are on chapter 41. Excuse me, before I read Gachiakuta, I will take a look at chat. Soul Eater video when? We have a bunch of Soul Eater videos already, but as far as a new Soul Eater video, I'm not too sure. Maybe we'll do a stream soon, but I don't know about a new video. We also did the Black Star video recently. Aiden says, I find Gachiakuta very much overhyped. I would have to see what you mean by that. Also, we got Justin Garcia in the chat. What's going on, Justin? Pleasure to have you, as always. So we're reading from chapter 41. Obviously, we're still in the middle of Amo's backstory and how she came to get the special boots. Obviously this is still when she's in possession, right? She's a slave, basically. We got Eden's in the chat. What's going on, Eden's? Pleasure to have you, as always. She has a vital instrument, I think. No, this is when the raiders come. The raiders give her a pair of boots that are part of the same series as Rudo's. So they give the boots to Amo. And then this character flies away literally with wings of light. And I believe she says that she watches this person cross the horizon, but I don't know if that's the same person. Anyway, her master, her owner, attacks her, and then that's when she uses the boots to take back her freedom. It wasn't the Raiders, though. Okay, so we'll see. I don't know. It's been that's why I'm rereading, because I can't necessarily remember. If it's a spoiler from chapter 1 like 30-ish, then don't tell me. But I could have sworn it was the Raiders. The current arc of Gachiakuta is fire. Yeah, I keep hearing about the current arc, and it looks really, really good for sure. So that's why I'm making catching back up a major priority. Of course, like I said, this is when Amo crashes out. She takes back her freedom. The boots are hers now. So she caught the character that gave her the boots. She refers to them as the Angel. I don't think that's, I mean, clearly it's not one of the Raiders, right? So really all the givers care about, the cleaners, is how did this angel character cross into the upper world? Rudo seems like he recognizes somebody. So the important detail is this happened about a month ago, and that was around the same time Rudo came to the ground, came to the surface, I guess you would say. Rudo recognizes a drawing of this angel that by their mask. So Rudo seems to know who it is just by their persona. So Amo sees that Rudo is alone like her. And she's like, look, I see that you want to apologize, but you don't have to because I'm no better. Obviously I was in the wrong. But Rudo's like, look, if we're both screwed up, let's promise to grow together, right? Which is a really good moment for him as a protagonist. So they leave Amo's tower, they leave Amo's castle, and she says, Rudo, why don't you come back? We'll talk again, right? So they're buddies. And then, of course, as soon as the cleaners leave, these two silhouettes appear behind Amo, and now she's captured. Excuse me. Yeah. So now they're driving back and they go back to the city. They go to see a doctor. Yo, what's up? What's good? Pleasure to have you. How you doing? So they go to see this doctor. So all the doctors are family, basically. The cloud is coming to this area pretty soon, so stay clear. Interesting. All I know is August is riding a really cool motorcycle. Looks like some kind of chopper, but always love to see motorcycles in manga. And this cloud is a storm of trash, basically. They say the sphere is always moving. Which is kind of confusing, because that means the surface world isn't stationary, like it's moving. At least that's what it implies. Yeah, follows the same path, so it doesn't stay in the same spot. That's very confusing. Rudo says when he fell, he feels like he saw something. Not quite sure what it is. They're on their way back to the base, but they find out that there's apparently a bunch of raiders at the base. Excuse me. One thing I have to mention about Gachiakuta, I was talking to somebody about this yesterday, is it's crazy how detailed it is. Like, it's insanely detailed. As much as Fire Force, if not more, every week, all the time. Especially the characters, right? Like, the characters are super detailed. Like, they're stylized, but they're not like chibis. Like, they're very detailed, very expressive characters. Which is why I think Gachiakuta is neck and neck with Dandadan for like the best ongoing manga of this generation. Like the art is insane. Like it's practically miraculous how this sticks to a weekly schedule and never falls off. Not only does it not fall off, but it just seems to get better and better. So this group of not raiders but attackers are at the base for the cleaners, and they're deploying some kind of defense. The invincible shut-in. So what's her name with the glasses? I forget her name, but they shoot a rocket at her, and she takes the rocket and throws it right back at them, which is a crazy feat. So then they shoot bullets at her, and she dodges all the bullets. So basically she's a badass is what that means. We got Soul in the chat. What's going on, Soul? Also, Soul, I saw your message about the video, so as soon as I finish the stream, I'm going to take a look at that. We got Ashani Fernando. What's going on? Pleasure to have you. Just reading some Gachiakuta. Yeah, so what's his character's name? Samu? Greer? Semu? I'll call her Semu. Why not? Semu is messing these guys up. She can dodge bullets, she can throw back rockets, and she's a brawler. So she's a badass. I can't remember, for anyone who reads this manga, is she a giver? Does she have a, an item? We are on chapter 46, which marks the first anniversary of Gachiakuta. Not only a gorgeous double-page color spread, but featuring the all-too iconic graffiti style of Gachiakuta, Fire Force, and Soul Eater, which I love dearly. What's going on, Josh? Pleasure to have you. Good to see you as always. We also got Surge Soul. So we get introduced to this random character who's at a bar or restaurant. Ooh. Oh, excuse me. He's at this restaurant and he says something about it's relaxing if it weren't for the cleaners. And Ryu, Zanka, and Engine are all giving him a filthy look. So Rudo is basically saying, how can we, you know, just casually go out to dinner when we just got attacked? We got Gamer Chan Leanne. What's going on, Leanne? Pleasure to have you as always. Good to see you. How you doing today? Bless you. Thank you. I appreciate that. But basically they're like, listen, we're going to get attacked. It's a rough job. You got to learn how to chill out. So they basically prop up Semu as a complete badass, and they say it has something to do with her glasses. Semu's glasses, her eyes give her the power to see, but they don't give her the power to beat trash beasts. So your ability to fight trash beasts depends on your instrument and your personality. If you want to get the most out of your object, you tend to be an attacker. If you just want to preserve your object, then you're a defender. So Semu seems like a defender then, which is crazy because she's got all those badass skills. But she doesn't seem to have like high damage output. So we meet Team Child. We have Gita Hebi Fantasia, which is a mouthful. We have Dear Santa. And then we have the supervisor of the Team Child, Bro Santa. Naturally, they must be brothers. So they're following a tip about why people are finding out about Rudo, because they're trying to hide the fact that Rudo is a spherite. Joining for the first time live today? Well, thank you, RN Snorlax. Pleasure to have you. Good to see you. Hope we see you more for streams. Always got plenty of room. We're just reading Gachiakuta today, but by all means, if you have any questions, if you have any chats, thoughts, hot takes, let me hear them. Gamer Chan Leanne says, I'm doing great. How about you? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. You know, it's a little chilly today. I wouldn't say it's cold, but I was just getting used to the close to summer weather. And today, in my neck of the woods, it decided to cool down. But thankfully, it's going to warm up tomorrow. RN Snorlax says, happy to be here. Pleasure to have you. Surge Soul says, seeing is a big deal, but seeing is an ass ability in a fight. It's not that it's a trash ability, but it's not a great ability by itself. I would have to think Semu also has some training as a fighter, but I'm not sure. Also, we got a 19, I'm not sure what that unit is. $19, not US dollar, but just dollar donation from Donut Lord. Thank you so much. I don't know why we didn't get a notification for that on stream. That's weird. Anyway, thank you so much, Donut Lord. I appreciate that. Excuse me one second. Um, did I see Captain Tsubasa got added in the Shonen Jump app today? I gotta be honest, I'm not even sure what Captain Tsubasa is. Oh, it's a soccer manga. That's really cool. I feel like if you like soccer, I feel like manga is a good place for you. I would say you're at a disadvantage if you like American football, but we don't need a bunch of different series. We just have the one, the GOAT, Eye Shield 21. But yeah, that's awesome. I love that soccer fans have a bunch of different manga that they can read. If I make a manga, will you react on streams? You know, if it's entertaining enough. I'm not gonna I don't mean to sound like a jerk, but if it's not fun to read, I won't read it. But sure, I don't see why not. Aaron Snorlax says, I'm all caught up on the manga. I am reading too many of these week to week, but there are so many great series out right now. Yeah, I used to have a very good habit of keeping up with manga weekly, and I just haven't been doing that, but I've been trying to get back into that habit. Inazuma met Blue Lock Aoshi. Okay. Captain Tsubasa is such a classic. All right. I'm not huge on sports manga, but I would like to get into those soon for sure. I'm still waiting for them to add Eye Shield. Wait, what? That's fake. That's gotta be fake. So you can't read the chapters for free on the Viz website, but you can certainly buy the volumes, which, I mean, obviously it'd be nice if you could read it on the app, but it is what it is. It's easy enough to get your hands on physically if you'd rather just collect the physical volumes. I see it at Barnes & Noble all the time. Plus, it's not that old of a series, so I'm sure you can get it on Amazon or your preferred website. Sci-fi is my favorite genre. I'm glad to see you read Mad. Yeah, I'm probably like 10 chapters behind on Mad, maybe 5 chapters, but it's like the best sci-fi manga you could ask for. It with a horror spin, right? Hero Organization does fill that gap, but it's not my all-time favorite series or anything like that. Have they given Eye Shield 21 a box set? Let's find out. It does not look like it. No. I mean, it's only 21 volumes. I think they only do that if it's like a really big series like Chainsaw Man, or it's at least 300 chapters. I'm not sure. I don't really collect box sets. So Ouji, since Jump's cover on Sunday was a gaming cover, which series do you want to see a game of, and what genre? And for Gachiakuta, what type of game as well? Gachiakuta, fighting game for sure. I could see an RPG, but I'm a big fighting game guy. On that note, as far as Jump, I'm going to be somewhat prejudiced as well. biased, I should say. One Piece already has a bunch of games. I would say probably a Kagurabachi fighting game, like a legit fighting game. I think that would be dope. Who is my favorite character in Gachiakuta? I haven't like been keeping up with it, so my emotional attachment is not the most recent, I guess, but I would probably say Rudo, which is weird because he's the main character and usually the main character is the most boring, but I feel like I relate to Rudo more out of any other character. I also feel like he gets the most character growth, so in that sense he's the most interesting. I would probably say after him, it would be Engine, just because he's the coolest. Bondi may listen to your wish and make an arena game. They usually make arena games, which is whatever, right? Yeah, Mason and the Man-Eating Apartment. I feel like I've heard of that before. I'll definitely have to check that out. Let me see. Is that relatively new? No. Yes, it is. It's only 6 chapters. Word. I'll have to check that out then. It's on Manga Plus. Thank you for pointing that in my direction. Rudo is more interesting than most MCs. I like Rio too. She's badass. I like Rio, but I feel like... I don't know. Kei Uruna likes to keep these characters mysterious, which is fun, but it also... I don't know. It's engaging, but not as engaging, obviously. So I don't know. I have mixed feelings about that. I'm uncertain about my feelings. Is it just me or... I just lost it. Is it just me or is Eden Zero only have 32 or so episodes on Netflix? Yeah, so if you want to watch season 2 of Eden Zero, I think you have to watch it on Hulu. I think. Let's see. Crunchyroll, YouTube, Roku, Amazon. No, that doesn't sound right. They might have just put it all on Netflix as... Yeah, I think... No. If there's 32 episodes... I'm not sure what they did then. I could have sworn season 2 was on Hulu. Crunchyroll? Okay. Wait. Let's go to Crunchyroll and find this out. Yeah, so season 1 you can watch on Netflix. Season 2 is on Crunchyroll. Yeah, that unfortunately that was just a matter of really weird timing, because that came right in the middle of when they did all those negotiations for Kodansha streaming rights. It also had an issue. Didn't the director pass away in between seasons 1 and 2, or in the middle of season 2, something like that? I feel like I remember hearing about that. We're going to be spoiled this summer. Don Gachiakuta, Kaiju number 8. Kaiju number 8 could be really good, but I feel like it's not going to be that hype, because I feel like season 1, people were just like, oh yeah, I like it. So season 2 is just going to be like, oh yeah, if you like it, whatever. It's really weird because it's like consistently the most read manga and nobody talks about it. As a matter of fact. Yeah, the director passed away. So that was another thing. You had the director passing away, and then in between seasons, they did the whole deal with Disney, where Disney/Hulu was gonna get like all or most of the Kodansha streaming rights, but they were already with Netflix, so it became this whole thing. And then I think Eden Zero just fell through the net, and they're like, all right, well, if you're outside of Japan, then it's on Crunchyroll. It was handled in a very poor way, for sure. Wait, which manga? My brain was buffering. I don't even know what I was talking about. I think I remember Chibi Reviews said it was a change of license because of how Netflix did things, and yes, the director died. Yeah, so season 1 was with Netflix, but then Kodansha made the deal with Disney, so they had to take it off of Netflix. But for whatever, I think it was just a matter of like bad timing of like moving from Netflix and then not setting it up in time to be on Hulu outside of Japan. Although I don't know where you can watch it in Japan. Yeah, I was talking about Eden Zero, sorry. Josh brings up a good point though. He says he used to watch Chibi Reviews. I'm just curious, does anyone either casually or earnestly, does anyone still watch Chibi Reviews? I haven't watched any of his videos in such a long time. I used to at least follow him just to like stay up to date with what people are talking about. But I just feel like he's so out of touch at this point. Like I don't even bother to follow his tweets or his videos. So Engine claims that the attackers that attacked the cleaners, they got a random tip at the bar they're at right now. Apparently, the Raiders' new boss has a policy. They get what they want by any means necessary. And then the boss shows the boots that belong to Amo. So now Rudo freaks out. And then this guy uncovers his face and he says, "It's me. I'm the Raiders' new boss." Kate Uruna is really good about memes. And I feel like this was a good moment to do a meme. Although it's supposed to be like an intense moment. But I like the meme when people are like, nerds are so bad because they are the type of person to do this. And then the thing under it will be like, "It's me. I'm nerds." I love that meme. Gorgeous double spread in chapter 47, right? Chapter 47? Yeah, chapter 47. I can't remember what the boss of the Raiders is called. I feel like it starts with a Z. Anyway, he pieces out. They have some kind of portal and they steal Rudo away. Not only Rudo, but they took all the cleaners. I remember this arc because this is the arc where they have a bunch of like one-on-one fights. And this is the arc where we see like the true fighting style of Rio and she like loses her shit. So this is chapter 47. A question that pops in my head is, would this be in season 1? I think season 1 is only going to be 11 episodes. Can anybody tell me how long is... I don't even think... Have they announced how many episodes Gachiakuta season 1 is? I would hope 2 cores. Yeah, it doesn't look like they've stated how many episodes. If it's 2 cores, then we would 100% get this arc where they fight the Raiders in like one-on-one fights. If it's only a 1 core, then I think they're just gonna miss it. They haven't announced it yet. I'm hoping it's 2 cores. I would hope so. That if it's 2 cores, then they'll probably do the new trendy thing where they do like core 1, and then since this is the summer, they'll probably do core 2 in like the winter or something like that. Anyway, Rudo's pissed because he's like, "Hey, you guys must have attacked Amo, so what's the deal?" So I love how they split up the cleaners and they send them in tunnels and they're all sliding. The engine is just chilling in his umbrella. It's like such an engine move and I love it. So the leader of the raiders shares his name. He says, "My name is Zodiel Typhon." He says, "How would you like to take down the sphere with me?" So clearly he's got big goals. He's not just attacking at cleaners. He basically wants to destroy the world. You know, typical bad guy shit. The truth is that it's peak. That's all the truth it is. I love that arc. Yeah, this arc is like... The arc with Jabber is really good, but this is like the first like intense arc where the fights get real. I also want to say we get Zonka's backstory in this arc, but I can't remember. It's either this arc or the arc after. So, Zodiel, right? Yeah, Zodiel. He's explaining his evil plan. He's monologuing. He's completely, the Zodiel, he's completely in control of this conversation. Rudo wants to find out what happened to Amo, but Zodiel isn't happening. Right, he's not letting that happen. Literally, there's a panel where it says the conversation is holding me captive. He says, "Why did you join the cleaners?" And he says, "Do you honestly think the cleaners will help you?" Basically trying to convince him to come over to his side. So of course now everyone's got their matchups. And Zonka is up against Jabber yet again. Do you think Zodiel has any connection to Tamsi? I can't remember, and I don't want to say because I feel like I actually don't know for a fact. I can't remember. I know it gets brought up later, but I feel like that's a spoiler, and I don't want to say too much else on that. Did I see Black Clover returned for today? Yeah, today is the 10th, or I don't know about today specifically, but it's the 10-year anniversary, which is crazy because My Hero Academia. Let's see. My Hero Academia ran 2014 to 2024, so that was 10 years. So it's technically cheating. But Black Clover, technically is time-wise. I don't know about chapter-wise, but time. So let me rephrase. Purely by time, Black Clover has outlasted My Hero Academia. Like, technically. What it will have to do is get more volumes. So My Hero has 42 volumes, if I'm not mistaken. That's what it says on Wikipedia. Let's go Black Clover, Wikipedia. Black Clover has 36. Now, I don't think Black Clover is going to get another 6 volumes. I could be wrong. But yeah. Anyway, point being, Black Clover is gorgeous. I can't wait. honestly, I didn't realize the new chapter was coming out today. I probably would have made that the center of today's stream, but I'm still gonna go read it on my free time. If I remember correctly, they had pretty much beat all the devils, and now they just have to fight Lucius. So, yeah. I'm also excited to see the color pages, because they hyped up the color pages and the cover page. I actually want to see, so Jump Giga May 2025 cover. Jump Giga 2025. That's the spring cover. I could have sworn it got the... Did they not say that Black Clover was getting the... They got the lead color page. Okay. I could have sworn they were saying it was going to get the cover page. Which, I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of pissed that Sakamoto Days has the cover page. Because Sakamoto Days isn't even in Jump Giga. I feel like Black Clover, for its 10th anniversary, should have got the cover. Will be on the cover and lead color page. Yeah, so what the hell? Jump Giga 2025 spring cover. Oh. Excuse me. I was confused. It's going to be on the cover for the summer issue. So July, right? July or August? I think it's August, technically. Wait a minute. Let's see. I might be confused. Let's go back. Black Clover. It's... So... Now I'm really confused. Black Clover started February 2015. It started in Jump Giga in December 2023. Yeah, Black Clover... Yeah, Black Clover's anniversary was in February, so I don't know why they're doing the Black Clover anniversary cover in August. Like, I feel like they should have done it for this issue. Obviously the January one, or whatever the winter one was, would have been early. So if they're not going to do that one, it's very confusing to me. But nonetheless, I'm glad it's getting the cover. Can you quickly tell me, Alan Moon, can you quickly tell me what do you think about the ending of MHA? I think it's very consistent with the rest of the story. I think it's mostly in character. It is flawed. I don't like what they did to Shigaraki. I don't really like All for One in the ending. Overall, it's like a 7 out of 10 for me. It's kind of inconsistent for magazine promotion. That's what I'm saying. Like, if Black Clover's anniversary is in February, why are they celebrating the anniversary half a year later? It's very awkward, if you ask me. Black Clover's anniversary is this year. Yeah, Black Clover was 2015, I said, all right? Black Clover. Black Clover. Black Clover started in Weekly Shonen Jump February 2015. So February 2025 made its 10th anniversary. which is why I have no idea why, unless Jump Giga is 10 years old. Formerly known as Shonen Jump Next, the magazine launched under its new name in July 2016. Oh, wait a minute. So, Shonen Jump Next used to be Akamaru Jump, and Shonen Jump Next. So Akamaru Jump became Shonen Jump Next, and Shonen Jump Next became Jump Giga. But none of those dates line up with a 10th anniversary in August. It's all very confusing, if you ask me. I don't know why they're doing it in August. They should have. Why Sakamoto Days is on the cover of this issue makes zero sense to me. Nue's Exorcist second year anniversary is being mistreated. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even know it reached its second anniversary. My steel balls will be animated soon. Yeah, I could not be more excited to see the new part of JoJo finally animated. Anyway, I think now is a good point to stop. I'll probably catch up to Gachiakuta this weekend. And then the next time we do a catch up stream, we'll do something else. So videos this weekend, obviously, look out for those. No stream Sunday. No stream Sunday because it is, it's not a holiday, right? It's not, I don't think Monday is a holiday, but Shonen Jump is on break this Sunday. I am with family this weekend. I will be with them Sunday. So rather than try and rush a stream on Sunday or do it early, I'm just going to pass on this week. So no stream Sunday. We'll be back Monday. And then look out for a monthly post either later today or tomorrow. But thanks everybody. Thanks for a great discussion as always. And